Hi everyone, welcome back. Today's Sunday and tomorrow is Monday the 24th of January and I'm finally ready to move into my new cousin. My old cousin is not that old. It's the April start cousin, it's the spring start, so it was an April through March cousin, so technically I could use it for these 3 months, but I decided I wanted a fresh start, so I have this one here ready to dive into. This one is, as you know if you've been here a while, it's inside of a jelly cover here, which is just there to pad out the 5-year cover that I've got it in, and I absolutely adore this cover, but I am going to move into a new one, as you can see here. It has a pen loop here that is just the size of a clip of a pen, and you may be able to tell here from the colour variation that this is the colour it came, and then this is the colour it has patinaed to quite nicely. Now recently I did clean this cover, and it had on the back a lot of black marks, and you might be able to see there are some kind of there in where the creases are, but it was quite speckled with black marks, so I just used a soft cloth that was soaked in soapy water, but not super soapy, just a little bit, and I just used actually used hand soap and just very carefully wiped it over. I was horrified, like it went a really dark colour and it freaked me out, but it dried, and it dried perfectly, and it looks amazing. Like, it really has come up beautifully. I absolutely love this thing. It's got some red here. I don't know if you can see there. I don't know what that is or where it's come from, but I'm happy enough that it's there. Yeah, I feel like I'm going to have this forever, so I'll probably move in and out of the two covers this year, I suspect. But what I wanted to do with you today is set this one up, and we might not do a lot, but just to get it ready, and I do want to plan this week, the week of the 24th. So let's talk about the cover. I have put it inside of a cover on cover, as you can see, a clear cover on cover, and it's a cover that's from a shop on Etsy called Sakura Hand Craft, and as you can maybe tell, she uses Mina Perhonen fabrics to create these beautiful, well, lots of different types, but in this case a patchwork style cover. And you know, all of these have different textures. We've got the tambourine here, the beautiful butterfly here, and the trees, which are all kind of similar to this little butterfly here, and then we have these softer fabrics as well. It's just a stunning cover, and on the inside it is a navy kind of blue. Very different for me, right? But I kind of like the idea of having something that's very different for work, in a way. I mean, I'm just talking myself into that, I think, but it is a nice way to differentiate the personal from the professional, I guess. So I will put a few things in the pockets of this planner today, I think, this cover, and I am going to put the cousin in and just set a few things up. So let's get started. First of all, I have my business card, so I'm just going to pop it in here. We have just designed some new ones, so yeah, this will be replaced soon anyway, and I only have one in there at the moment because we are replacing them. So let's pop the cousin in. It just goes in there like that. Now, I don't know, I'm very much a having the book closed kind of girl, but I did put it in both covers in that one, so let's try it and see how we feel about it. It's always a trick doing this, isn't it? But once you know how, it's pretty simple. Just push all that in and close it up. There we go, pretty easy. I love how it fills it out quite nicely. And then we have it open directly into the book. Yeah, okay, I think I will do it like that. And this time around, I think I'm just going to use the pen that comes with the hobonichi, I think. I'm not 100% sold on this yet. I'm actually thinking about using another multi-pen, because I do kind of like having a couple of different colours, but red and blue aren't my jam. But for today, that's what I'm going to use. I don't want to use a fountain pen for work. I just think that's too much effort. So I'm going to add a few bits and pieces to this now. So some of the things I have here are these Cocoa Fusion tabs, like flags. So I thought I would put one set of these in, and I don't know whether I want the shapes. Yeah, I think I do. I think because these are separate, I can take those off this backing card and have them all separately. I think I'll keep that in case I want to do that. And I'm going to put these just in here. So that's those. I also have these little calendar cards from May Paper Co. I think they're just beautiful. So I thought I wanted to see if one would fit in here. Yes, it does fit in there. That's awesome. Okay, cool. So that lets me see the months coming up. I might just move my business card up to here. I don't really mind where the business cards sit, and I will put a few there. I might even just tuck a few in there when I want to have when I get my new ones. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is put my tabs in. So I have these fabulous tabs from Sakura Mochi Design Co. And if you can see, they have the crackle hollow overlay, which I think is just gorgeous. So I'm going to add these to the planner. I also have some Coffee Monsters Co. yearly, weekly and monthly ones left over, and I'm going to add those to the top of the planner as well. But these are going to go in the daily section, I think. So I'll probably just use the bookmarks for the weekly section, but for the dailies, because they are spread out, you know, there's so many of them, I think I'll use them for that. And the way I like to do it is to find where the first number is and just start on that page. So I haven't used these before, so we'll see how they go. I do have a little trick when I'm applying tabs. I like to just stick them to myself first, so it takes a little bit of the stick away, and then when I lay them down in the planner, in the cousin and the weeks, it's quite good because this line here is often the right size to lay the sticker against to line it up. Otherwise it can just act as a guide to show you how far away to add that tab. So if I was to put the tab right against the line and close the book, I can still see all of January sticking out there. So I'm going to do that. I think that is pretty handy that it gives us that kind of space. And now I'm just hoping that they will fit down the page. I might just measure. So the tabs are 1.9 centimeters across, and the space I have here is about 19.5. So that's probably not enough space by the sounds of it. Doing it that way, I'm only going to fit 10 tabs down the side, not 12, I believe. So I will move it to be at the top. And we might be a little snug when we get to the bottom, but we'll see what happens. So I might zoom us in a little. Okay, so February. So when I get to the second month, I just like to keep the book open with January above it, you know, the previous month there. And I'm going to overlap these just a little bit because I do know that it's going to be a bit of a tight, I believe it's going to be a bit of a tight fit. So I get it to around about where it needs to be, and you can see it's super crooked. So at this point I just take it up. I know it's going to line up with that square there, so I'll just fix it here, and then that should be good. Nice. So now January, February. Okay, so I won't do all of these with you. I think that might be a little tedious to watch, but I have had a lot of questions about how I do this, so I will just do a couple And you can feel free to fast forward if you've got it, or if you don't, you know, want to see me do this. I'll just do another one in March, just so I can try to overlap around about the same amount. I think it's going to go about there-ish. I'll just line it up with the edge, and that's that. Very nice, very nice. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of them, and then we'll come back and fold them over. Okay, so there we go. I'm much happier with this layout. And so now I'm just going to go ahead and fold them all over, and we'll have some fabulous little tabs. So I'll turn it around this way, and this should be relatively quick. There is like a crease mark sort of there already, and I just push it together. And what's really useful here is to not do what I do and stick 1,000 pages together. Make sure it's the actual page that you want. It can be very easy to stick a couple of pages together here, so just check that this is January 1, January 2 on the next page. So it sounds silly, but I have done it plenty of times. So February 2nd on the back here, I'm just going to fold that over, press that down, and there we go. Now, these tabs, as I said, are from Sakura Mochi Design Co. I have a one of her PR girls, so I have a PR code, just Desley15. They'll give you 15% off. And what I can say about these tabs, apart from the fact that they're gorgeous and the colours are really fabulous, and I love the hollow overlay, but what I really love about them is that they are very sturdy. Like the laminate overlay with the sparkle is actually makes it very thick, like a thick plasticky kind of tab, so it's going to be less likely to become damaged or bent compared to others. So yeah, very important for me in tabs. Like I've got a lot of tabs that are just papery. I have a feeling that I might have stuck one of these to the wrong page. I know. So this one started on page 2. I've just taken wherever the first number appears and attached the tab there. Yeah, so as I was saying, these tabs are very nice. They're very sturdy, which I'm very happy about, because this planner will, if I ever get back to the office, this planner will be in my bag. And that's one of the other reasons why I've gone with this cover as well, because I can put the plastic cover on it and then be able to clean the planner, you know, disinfect it, whatever, much more easily than I can the raw leather. The raw leather obviously is gorgeous, but it was getting quite dirty from just sitting on my desk at work. You know, the desks at work aren't always kept super clean, and we have a lot of paper, like paper shavings and stuff just floating around, and I don't know, it's just not as clean an environment as I'd like for that beautiful raw leather. So I do have that in a planner pouch usually, and I often try to rest it on the planner pouch when it's on my desk, but if I take it to meetings and things like that, then it's not going to be as protected. Not that I need to baby it, I mean I didn't, and there's nothing wrong with it, it still looks beautiful, but I feel less pressured, or precious I should say even, around one like this, because it is protected by this plastic cover on cover. They are really quite a genius idea. When I first met Hobonichi and people talked about buying a cover for their cover, I thought, what madness is this? But actually it can be pretty beneficial, especially when you spend a lot of money on a cover and you want to make sure it stays protected. So the same goes for these tabs. They are sturdy and plastic, you know, plastic coated, I guess you'd say, a laminate. So when this is in my bag, they're not going to get damaged by being, you know, chucked around in the bag. Okay, so there they are. They look pretty cute. So that's the daily section all mapped out. And now I'm just going to add my other tabs, which actually I think have disappeared onto the floor. I'll be back in just a sec. Okay, so I have these from the Coffee Monsters Co. I'm going to pop these in the yearly, weekly and monthly section, and I do these exactly the same way. Just stick them off on my hand a little bit first. These ones have a little white mark, a line that you can use to line up with the edges of your page, but I'm going to do this at the top. So I've got my yearly there. The monthly section technically starts here, so I'm going to put it on the December. And I do this in the same way. I just line them up side by side so that they look cute against each other with not too much of a gap. I don't like a big gap between the tabs. And then the weekly section. So here's the first week of the year, which is the week of the 27th of December. Okay, so then I just like to make sure that the white is lined up properly. It's kind of just getting into the rough spot when I place them down. And again, just turn them over and crease. Same for the monthly. And same for the yearly. Oh, I nearly stuck 2 pages together again. Okay, so now I have the yearly, weekly and monthly at the top there. And like I said, I can use these fabulous little bookmarks to mark the current month. So if I skip to the monthly section, I can put this in January, and the current week, because I already have the days, I can put the current week, which this is the week coming up, the 24th, in there like that, and then I have that all lined up. That looks good. Okay, so at the back of the planner there's just the secretarial pocket here, nothing in there as yet, and I don't really have anything to put in there now. What I would do is just pop things in here that I'm taking to meetings with me from my desk, if you know what I mean. So at the moment, nothing to go in there. I may decorate this at some point, but not just yet. What I wanted to do today was set up a couple of things. First of all, I wanted to map out my paydays. So I have my clean color dot pens here. I might grab the pink one. It's called Salmon. And I know that the first payday of the year was the 12th of January. So I'm just going to go through and just mark every second Wednesday. I'll just put a little dot down here as a reference, and I'll just write payday next to that. So then I'll know for future reference if I wanted to add something else like holidays or something like that, then I could add those in as dots as well. Okay, so then this section I was just going to use to track a few things, and I might just write it on here just so that I know what I really want to do. I was going to track sick days, annual leave, as in holidays, and the days that we post to social media, and then anything else that I can think of. I'm not sure about this one, that's all, because I've kind of moved into a more senior management position. So I now have a marketing manager and a comms person who take care of social media. So I probably don't need to be quite so onto that. these are more around knowing how many days I work from home. Okay, so that's the other thing I wanted to do, is put in work from home days. At the moment, do I put work from home or do I put in the office? Because I work from home way more than I do in the office. In fact, I don't go to the office at all at the moment. But yeah, okay, I'm going to ditch the social media. I'm going to put work from home, sick days and annual leave. And maybe that's it for January, and we'll see what happens in the following months. So I like to leave the top 3 there for top 3 goals for the month, so I'll leave that for the moment and come back to it. So down here I'm just going to write sick days, annual leave and work from home. Now last year I was all, different colours for different months, all that kind of stuff, but this year I'm just going to use whatever colour I have. So I know that I had sick leave. I was supposed to come back to work on the 4th, and I was sick with pneumonia, so I couldn't. So I was on leave for those 4 days, and that's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And then Monday the 10th I was back at work, but I was work from home. So that's this column here. So Saturday, Sunday, Monday's the 10th. So work from home these days. Okay, that's it. And no annual leave as yet. What I also want to do, I just made a mistake on one of these. So the 15th was actually the weekend, but it confused me by having it in grey. This is where it would be helpful to have the days of the week down the side, wouldn't it? I only know the 4th was a Tuesday because that was my first day back at work, so that would be helpful to know that for future. So I just wanted to make a note to myself that the 1st, 2nd and 3rd were public holidays anyway, so I wasn't expecting to be working those days. So I'll mark those off, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So this is Saturday and Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So grey and red, grey and red, grey and red. And the 26th is also a public holiday in Australia, so I've marked that off as well, so that I don't expect to fill those in. And I think because these are all work related, I'm going to carry those across to the other columns. Maybe in the future I'll think of a better way to do this, and if you have any ideas, please let me know. Happy to hear from you. But these are basically days that cannot be a sick day or an annual leave day or a work from home day, because they're actually weekends or public holidays. Okay, hopefully that all makes sense. Right, so I think that's all I really want to do in terms of setting up the yearly section. I wouldn't mind putting some goals down, and I wasn't really planning on doing that today, but I will, because I need to sort these things out. So one is onboarding our new marketing specialist. One is going through all of our quarterly plans. And one is our My Plan review. And those two can kind of be not combined, but I need to do both of those things in order to complete the task properly. Okay, so I'm happy that I have those little goals in there. I'm thinking I might just put some washi on this page just for a bit of fun. I'm just going to use some plain grid washi. I think I'll go the pink one. I was going to go the grey, but I think I'm kind of feeling the pink today. And the same on the other side as well. All these grid tapes are from Hobby Hoppers, my favourite washi tapes. Okay, quite simple, just with a couple of bits of washi down the bottom, and as usual I've put it on very tight so it curls my page, but that's okay. And then I'll just carry across these trackers each month, but you know, I may not need them, or I may decide to use others, or whatever might happen happens, that's fine. So I'll leave it like that for now, and I also think I'm going to leave this page to decorate once July comes. I'm going to leave it for the moment. December I'm not using, so I'm going to ignore, and then this is the month of January, so I will set this up just with some minor details of recurring meetings and things like that that happen. So let's use washi tape, because why not? January, hey? So start of a new year. I think, you know, I kind of thought in this planner I'm just going to use minimal kind of washi, like the grid stuff, but I'm not. I'm just going to do whatever I feel like. So I'm going to start with the planning washi, and I'm going to use this one from Every Minute a Story. Oh, I've been using this quite a bit lately, this dispenser, so just need to fix that up. Okay, so I'm going to use this planning one, and I'm going to just mark off this part of December here that we're not going to use, and also probably some across the bottom. So I just need enough to fill 3 gaps there, 3 days. It's probably more than I need. I just don't like chopping the little heads in half, so that can go till there. And then I just need 2 more, and 2 little heads fill out too quite nicely, so this should be enough. I love this washi because it has like a rainbow gradient to it, super cute. And then I have this little guy left over. I'm going to use him. I'm not going to get rid of him. Maybe just here at the bottom of the page. I might leave him up for the moment actually, because we'll see if I can add him later. And then across the bottom I think I'll use this yellow one, which is like fountain pens and letters and things. I don't want to use these monthly pages for goals or anything like that, because I do all that in the front end for the tracky type stuff, but then in the actual weekly pages themselves. So I feel like it'd be just doubling up to put that kind of stuff in here. What I usually like to use months for is the big recurring stuff, just so I can keep an eye on what's coming up. And sort of see at a glance where everything fits. That can be quite helpful. Alright, so this little guy, I'm just going to put at the top here. I'll put this little strip that was too much down the bottom. I'll just put this across here under the word January, and put a little bean character there as well. Okay, so I'll just fill out what's going on this month. So on the 5th, I'm not going to talk you through it actually, I'm just going to pop them in. I'm contemplating adding in some of these little circles as well, just to mark out things. I think I probably will this time around. I may not do this every month, but I'll do it today. Just try to use a couple of these to mark out the things that are happening, or at least the days that are quite busy. So I know the 5th is, there's something on the 5th, and it's recurring on the 19th. Okay, so there we go. I've written in everything for the month of January. And I think I'm just going to leave it at that. I might put, you know, a January script on here, but I think, you know, it says January there, there's a 1 there, I think that's enough for me. So that means now we can move on to the weekly, and I'm going to ignore the weeks that I've missed because there's just no point in worrying about them, and start this week ahead, which is the week of the 24th. Let's get started with the weekly setup, but I just want to put a little bit of deco in here. I have my Coffee Monsters Co. Some of my Coffee Monsters Co. washi with me. I really want to use the summer one. Actually, you know what I'm going to? I was going to use the working one instead, but no, I'm going to use... it's books actually, but I'm going to use the summer one because it's very hot. It's going to be very hot this week, and I'm going on holidays at the end of the week, so why not, hey? I think that's a great idea. I'm going to put some washi across the top of the page, and probably some at the bottom as well. There'll be too much washi here, but like I said, I don't like to chop any of these little guys in half, so I often have just one extra that I don't need, but that's okay. Oh my goodness, how cute is this washi tape? It's just adorable. Okay, so I just need to fill 3 columns on this side. So I reckon about there ought to do it. Let's see, I've probably got way too much here. Yes, I do. Okay, this ice cream one. Okay, so I do have these couple left over. I'm just going to put them on the side here because I don't want to waste them. They're so cute. I might just leave that one for later. And then across the bottom, I thought I'd put a grid washi just for fun. And I might use the grey one. It looks like that's probably going to be the best matched colour. And I don't really care if it's too much. Doesn't bother me too much. Just thinking... I usually use this section for notes, so actually I'm not going to put any washi on the bottom. If I do, I'll put something thin. What if I tear this instead, hey? Just put half a strip. Because I do like to use the bottom half of the spread for notes. Okay, there we go. Nothing too dramatic there, and I don't really want to go overboard elsewhere on this page either. So I think what I'll do is my usual, which is putting this week over here. I'll just grab a Tombow swatch. This is N60, so it's a nice grey. I'll just put that across there. And we'll make that the this week section. And I don't work Saturday and Sunday, so I normally put a swoosh here and a swoosh here, and make one of them a place to write down emails that I need to write and calls that I need to make. And then often I have the next week at the bottom here, but I'm actually instead going to do a little double here and make this the next week section. And then what I always do here is just at around 8 o'clock or so, maybe 8:30, I write just a notes section. Kind of lines up with those, and I'm too impatient to get a different pen, so I am just going to use this Uni Jetstream. This is the pen from Hobonichi, if we didn't talk about that yet. So that's the basic layout that I generally use for my planner, and it works very nicely for me, so I'm happy to stick with that this time. And now I'm just going to go through and put in the things that are happening each day. At the top of the page, I might just grab a different Tombow, or maybe even a clean colour pen. I'm just going to put a big splotch the top there and say, just put Danielle starts. So we have our new marketing specialist starting on Monday the 24th. So at 10:30 I have a meeting. So I'll just put in some minor details about the meeting for myself so I know which one it is. And then at 1 p.m. I'm meeting with Danielle. And at 3 I'm meeting with a supplier. And at 4 I have a doctor's appointment. It's telehealth, TH for telehealth. Okay, and on Tuesday we have a sales meeting in the afternoon. I have another meeting at 3. And then at 4 I have another meeting. So many meetings in the day. So in my previous cousin, let me grab my last work planner. I just want to pull out a page. So I have here a color coding chart that I used to use: meetings, marketing, sales, admin, emails and admin, planning, internal meeting, and then another one, the purple one there, which I actually use for personal stuff. So I'm going to leave it open to remind me myself, but I'm going to make myself a new one as well for today. So I need some sticky notes. I haven't showed this before on my channel, but I have this fabulous bag. It's actually a toiletries bag, but it's clear, very hard plastic, and it says Go To. The brand of skincare that I got this from is called Go To. And I actually use it to store all my little bits and pieces of stationery and things. And I think I have some sticky notes in here, but I may not. I may have moved them. Here's some. Oh, they're beautiful, from Sakura Mochi, but it's not going to let me show the colours of the pens, so I think I need my white ones. Okay, so I have these also from Sakura Mochi Design Co. So I'm going to just write down some key areas. So it's a little bit different to how the previous one was, because now I'm sales and marketing manager. I need to differentiate things a little more. Okay, so I have these new pens called Cream Colours from Mint My Desk. And I think there are 4 things that I want to track, which are clients, staff, marketing, and I want to say revenue and budgets and things like that. So I might just call it revenue. I know what it means, and it'll cover that. You know, our financial is what I should have called it. Yep. I'll it hurts me to waste that, but anyway. So clients, I think that probably is enough. So let's use this one for clients. This one for staff. This one for finance. And this one for marketing. Probably should have done finance with the green, but anyway. Okay, so how I then plan to use this. Oh my goodness, these are so cute. I'm just going to put it here on Saturday and Sunday because those are unused days for now. Oh, and you notice I didn't fill anything out for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. That's because Wednesday is a public holiday and Thursday and Friday I am on leave. What I wanted to do now is I like to mark these. I'll just show you, I guess. The first one is about a client, and a client is purple. So this part of my time will be filled with client stuff, and that should go for an hour and a half. This one here is also client, And that's it for now. This is staff, so I'll mark this as staff, and that will go for that whole time. And this here is also staff, our sales meeting, so that will go for that time. This is marketing, which is the greenish colour. It's only a half-hour meeting, so I need a small bit there. And what am I going to call this one? That's kind of marketing as well, actually. So, actually, no, I'm going to call it clients, because it is to do with one of our customers. So I'll mark it with that. And then what I always do as well after that, just zoom you in so you can get a closer look at all of that in action. So what I will do next is just mark at the end of the day, you know, what I did between 9 and 10:30, whether that was related to any of these things or not. And then I'll be able to see then sort of where most of my time is spent, I think. That's kind of the reason why I started doing this. I thought it was quite useful for that. And I love that I have a use for these pens as well, which is quite cool. So they will stay nearby with the work planner. I'll just put them there for the moment. And apart from just writing in anything else that's happening this week, I would just like to mark that this is the week that we're in, even though it's highlighted already. I would normally write down here things for this week, which would have come from the next week's section of the last week, but I don't have that at the moment. I didn't do any decent planning in my planner last week, which is unfortunate. So this colour coding chart can sit on the previous week because I don't really want it taking up space on my page. That's my week ahead. But what I do want to do is flip to the daily section, and instead of wasting these pages, I'd like to come up with something to use them for. But for right now, I'm going to skip to tomorrow, which is the 24th, Monday the 24th of January. And what I really want to do this year is better do my daily planning, because I am really a bit slack with daily planning. And I've got these beautiful pages here that I could be using, and I haven't been. So I'm just going to put in my meetings again. I know it's a bit of doubling up, but I am going to write them in. So having that on this page is a constant reminder for me. So what I normally do is just have this weekly page open at the beginning of the day and have a quick look, and then that's all I really do with it. And then I'm in my notes section, and in my other planner I was just taking notes on random pages, which is very irritating. So I would never really look back at this, so it became a bit disjointed throughout the day, like I didn't really know what was going on. So I really wanted to make sure this time around that I am tracking these things properly, because otherwise I really have no idea what's going on, and that's not good for anyone. So I'm going to write in tomorrow's as well, since they are on the same page, same spread I should say, and that way I'll also know what I have to prepare for the next day as well. So there we go with the setup for the next day. Just for fun, I'm going to add some washi, because why not? The bottom of the cousin is in Japanese, so I can't read it. So I am going to put down some washi tape, and not a lot, but just something to make it a bit festive. I think I'll just layer a couple of strips here. I'm going to use this pink grid right at the bottom of that page, and I'm going to use the grey grid on the other page, and then I will layer some, I think I'll just use that summer one again just to stick with the theme. Just layer the summer washi over the top. Oh my goodness, it's so cute. Just for a little bit of deco. I don't really have to be too dramatic on these pages. And I'm just wondering if I should pop in some sticky notes in the planner. Let's see, I might just save that page for a minute. It's a bit too many, so I might just break off some. and we'll just pop those at the top there. I can just stick to that bit of plastic there. That way, if I do need them, I can come back and grab those. And I've got my little flags as well. So, you know what? Let's use one to get straight to this page tomorrow. I'm going to use the pink one because that's who I am. And so, see, when you pull it out, it just goes to the bottom. And when I pull that one out, it'll go to the top. Very cute. So that can sit in there. I'm going to just attach this to the top of the page, and it's sticky enough that I can probably move it to the next day once that comes. Maybe that's a bit too much sticking out. Okay, cool. So that's my days tomorrow, and I'll just give myself a couple of little reminders here. Okay, all right, cool. I think I'm done. I think I've put everything in here that I want to. The only thing I haven't done is any, at the beginning of January, we do have this like goals for January or whatever you want to put here. So I've done nothing there yet, but I don't think today is the day for that. I'm not quite ready for that today. We have our weekly spread that is super pretty. I'm going to put this bookmark in here because I have my little page flag for that one. And then we've got our colour coding. We've got the month of January with all the things that are happening in January. And then we've got the front. So, all that's left to do is decorate here and maybe a little something on the inside, but I don't know that I'm really going to bother that much with any decorating. In fact, I could just pop some sticky notes on here, like different types of sticky notes maybe. But I also do like this page for some vinyls. Like I had these vinyls on this one, so you know I am quite tempted to maybe see if I can pull these up and use them again or lay down some more. I do have plenty of other vinyls, so for the moment I'm going to leave it as is and just see how I live with it, and maybe I'll add some as time goes on. These bubbly bookmarks are lifting this page up, otherwise it would normally just lay down, but these are quite bulky, so they're keeping it up. I love this spread. I think it's super cute, and happy to be decorating in here again. I wasn't decorating in the old one. I just was trying to keep it minimal, but you know what, I work from home, so no one's going to see it but me, so what does it matter, hey? I'll just put a little dot here to mark in the public holiday, and that's the wrong day, it's this day. And I'll just use my hobonichi whiteout. It's not made by Hobonichi, but it's meant to be the same color as Weeks paper, and it is pretty close actually. You can see, hopefully see that's a little bit yellow on the cousin paper, but the Weeks paper is much yellower than this. So I'm just going to write here, if it lets me, annual leave, because I am away those 2 days. How exciting, getting some time off, loving it. Okay guys, that's it. That's a fairly extensive setup video, isn't it? I wasn't quite expecting it to turn into all of this. I was kind of just planning to show you the cover and the planner together and maybe put a few things in the pockets, but I ended up doing a weekly spread and a couple of daily pages, so very exciting. Let me know what you think. I'm loving this cover. It's very pretty. It's very different to anything I would have normally used because it's blue and I'm definitely a pink girl, but I saw it and I loved it. I couldn't help but have it. I love how the inside is quite nice and dark as well, a bit different to other planners that I have. So I've got my sticky notes here from Sakura Mochi Design Co. I've got my business card, which I will be changing up for a new one shortly. I have these Cocoa Fusion little flags, which are fantastic. And then I have my little calendar card from May Paper Co. as well. It's very cute, very minimal. Inside the planner, I am using this yearly section to mark in so far big goals for the month, as well as sick days, annual leave days, and work from home days. Like I've said before, the work from home days are important for tax reasons. That's why I'm collecting those. Then if we jump to this bookmark, we have January, and I've just used these washi dots. These are from Live, Love and Craft Paper Craft to mark out when the kind of recurring meetings are. I also have this gorgeous washi tape from Every Minute a Story. All of this is from Every Minute a Story, just to cover up the days that aren't part of January. And then skipping to this week, we have this summertime onesie washi from the Coffee Monsters Co., which is just gorgeous, as well as this grid washi down the bottom from Hobby Hoppers that I have torn. I've marked in the meetings that are happening on Monday and Tuesday, and then I'm off for the rest of the week. And because this is a work planner, I have marked Saturday and Sunday's columns as emails and calls that I have to make, and I have next week in this bottom section here. And then I've made from 8:30 onwards a section for notes for each day. Now that may not be necessary, because for once I finally have, with this little page flag here, set up actual daily pages. So my plan is to actually take notes in here, and I'm going to employ my friend Show's method of taking notes with a 3-colored pen. So what she does is write the name of the meeting in, let's say, black, and then takes the notes in blue. I would probably make the meeting name in blue, take the notes in black, and then put the action items in red. So then it's very easy to see what you need to get done. So I have 3 meetings tomorrow, and then the doctor's appointment in the afternoon. So from those 3 meetings, I will probably have a bunch of calls throughout the day as well. But what I'm hoping I can do is keep my notes here. Now, I probably will have to go to a different page, because I suspect I'll have more notes than just this column. But if I can, I'd love to put the notes here and the action items here, or maybe the notes in this section here, like just put a line across from 5 o'clock and make this notes, and I can pop the action items up here. That might be a better way to do it. So, you know, it's a work in progress for me. I'll see how things work out as I use it, and I'm super excited that tomorrow is the first day I'm going to use it. I've been really keen to jump into this planner, so very excited to have it in my hands and ready to go. Okay, I'm going to stop talking. I'm sure this is a much longer video than I had expected it to be. So I will say thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any tips for me based on anything you saw in this video that I'm trying to achieve, then please, please, please let me know. I'm super keen to hear from you. I love hobonichi. I love all things planning. So very happy to chat in the comments and on Instagram about anything at all related to this stuff. It's super fun, and this particular book, well, this one actually in the past, has kept me very, very organised for work. It's been a godsend. The only thing that let me down was my own use of those daily pages. I was just taking random notes on random pages, and it made it so difficult for me to track what was going on. So I would like to try to carry that colour coding across to the daily pages, so I can then sort of see at a glance what's customers, what's staff, what's marketing, and what's finance, and that I think will really help me be able to find information where I need it. So I think that'll be super helpful. Can't wait to start tomorrow. It makes me actually excited for Monday. Sort of. Let's not get too excited. Alright guys, thanks so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed and you'd like to subscribe, please do so. I'm happy to have you join and have lots of chats in the comments about planning and hobonichis and all sorts of planner related things. So please subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you all again super soon. Okay, thanks guys. Bye.